So we're starting summer school.
Just want better for y'all.
I don't think enough people are saying this shit.
These are just our ideas.
Maybe we should all be a little bit more self-aware and a little bit less delusional.
What do we know?
What the fuck could we possibly know?
Hey, look, get your shit together.
But let me stay focused.
All right, and welcome back to The Reason They Should Have Never Gave You Niggas Microphones. I'm Lil Low.
I'm Bitch Sashay.
And I'm Devyn.
And this is Let Me Stay Focused, the podcast. Woo! Thank you so much for joining us, Devyn.
Yes, welcome.
Thank y'all for having me.
Tell the people a little bit about yourself. Who are you? What you do?
I knew that was coming. I'm a mom. I'm a sister. I'm an artist. So I'm a graphic designer.
Ooh.
And a fine artist. And so that's what I do.
That's that's a very underrated type of art. Graphic design.
Yeah. She's being modest. She's like big artist. You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
Not the little way.
I love that.
Thank you.
I'm like on that level of that meme. That's like just like a frog from Windows Paint. It's like graphic design is my passion. That's where I'm at with that. So I applaud you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Because I'm not even paying for Canva Pro. They're not getting me.
Yo, they got me last night or day before yesterday. They got
Really?
my ass. I meant to cancel it, but yeah.
Damn, did you hear about what happened with them? They were like, oh, if you go on Canva and you click this thing and you're one of the first 100,000 people to do it, you get a new Canva. And people did that and they were like, we fucking hate this. How do we change it back?
Oh yeah, that's how I got the shit, and then yeah. But I liked it. They got like AI and shit with it
They
now.
on TikTok going off.
Yeah. The art world hates AI.
That's how I feel about
they
CapCut. Because CapCut done pissed me off.
That's how I felt about Windows 10. Like when it changed, I was like, this is not very user friendly. And I don't know how to put my computer back.
The cool thing about like Canva and stuff is that it's like for people who aren't like, that's not their background.
Yeah.
So they can still kind of do stuff they need to get done without having like a professional graphic designer in the mix.
Yeah.
So I respect it, but when people are like, I don't even know how to use it. I think I had to use it once when I was working at ODU, and I was like, this sucks.
I joined a Skillshare at my job during the pandemic. They were like, you come in, we'll teach you how to use Canva. So I went in there and I was like the only person there with the digital department. And I'm like, now I know how to group and ungroup pieces of text.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, my coworker uses that shit faithfully. Like, she be on it.
When the people are like locked into it, they locked in, like that's their method of madness.
Yeah, I'm finna get on my job because they're cheap. Like, they're a nonprofit, but they're also cheap. You get free Canva Pro if you're a nonprofit. Why are we all using the executive director's account?
Oh, wow.
Just get us the logins.
Yeah.
It's getting out of hand.
Yeah. Everybody needs their own account.
I'm finna go in there and start changing people flyers, changing the date and stuff.
That's what I would be scared of. Like, you might accidentally mess up my work. Like,
Bet you they'll give me my login then. They'll be hot. Well, I have honorable mention, which is where we shout out somebody who's been on their shit for the week. Do y'all have any guesses?
I've been out of the loop, so no.
Are we going Olympics?
Oh,
We
yeah.
are not going Olympics.
Okay, so
now
no,
that I think
that
about
was
it,
my guess.
maybe we should have.
That was my guess.
It's Vybz Cartel.
Okay.
Vybz Cartel, huge dancehall artist. He's been in jail for 13 years. And every year, the thing is that they letting Vybz free this year. He's actually out, like, on the road. Like, he's out. He's on TikTok.
Yeah.
Like,
I seen him on TikTok the other day.
Now, it's a little... I think they said he killed somebody or something.
They said he chopped niggas up.
That's what I heard, but I don't... He's the nicest guy around.
Those
What
be the ones
murder?
you gotta look for. Those be the ones.
That nigga already got 4 teardrops, so I'm like, shit, I don't know.
Yeah, and they didn't come off with the bleaching, so they up there good. But he's free. And I can't even say I'm so excited for the new music because he also never stopped dropping music. But he's out.
But yeah, they say he got out because, well, I didn't research, so I don't want to misspeak. But I saw some comments, and they were like they didn't have like something on him, so they let him out or something.
They were boss free.
But yeah,
Woo! And I'm not looking into what happened because I don't want to know.
You don't want to know.
it'd be funny when niggas come home from jail. Like,
How did you get a TikTok account?
Right,
Vybz
them
Cartel?
getting acclimated to how things are now, it would just be like kind of funny.
When
Now,
Boosie got out, it was really funny.
He did the most though. He let everybody know that he was like back and so.
Yeah, so everybody's excited for the tour. When's Vibe coming on the tour? We selling our houses and stuff. Right now, he says he's focusing on his health. He's reportedly suffering from Graves' disease, whatever. So is Missy Elliott. Let's get the tour going. Let's get some creatives behind this Vibes, because I'm not saving my money for nothing.
yeah.
And Missy's tour is that tour.
Well,
it was
Jail done
fantastic.
did a number on his ass, so he probably got to just get his shit.
Yeah, he
together.
probably got to get some like good doctors. I know Missy got the good doctors.
But yeah,
That's how I know I'm like my mom, because when I told my mom Selena Gomez has lupus, she's like, so does Tony Braxton. That was like her response. Well,
damn.
we're happy the world boss is free. If you know what happened, don't tell me. I don't give a damn. He's honorable mention. Welcome home, Vibes. Hey.
Welcome home. I have Hotep of the Week. Which is somebody who done did some dumbass shit or fucked some shit up or, what have you. And it's real petty, but Instagram is the Hotep for this week
Good.
for switching the search and the inbox buttons.
They did what?
They literally switched them, and I'm like, why would y'all do that?
Wait, what do you mean they switched them?
Like
Maybe I wasn't paying attention.
I
think
search
you got a strange Instagram.
Yours might have updated before mine.
right, because Instagram pick and choose who they give like certain features to, but they have my shit to where my inbox is down here and the search is up here.
Oh yeah, so like
I
have
ain't never had that.
2 pages, and so like I know like my actual art page will do updates that my regular page won't do, and so I'm like, well, dang, like this is crazy work. So no, I don't think mine did that. Let me see.
Like they just kill me with the fucking
The dumbest
shit.
changes. Yeah, mine didn't do that yet.
I didn't get like
So what's in that corner where your messages were?
The search.
Oh, the search is in the corner.
They literally switched it.
you can pause your reels though, and I can't. I'm still on whatever.
You can't
this
pause
is.
your reels. You just hold it. Or it's gonna, it won't be letting you
No,
just-
but she can
Like
tap
I can
it
actually
and
tap
it'll
it
pause.
and then pause.
oh, like Facebook.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, no, mine.
See, that's when they getting on my fucking nerves, bro. I hate that shit. And she actually wants it. I'm like, bro, you can
Oh
have
yeah,
it.
mine do. It'll pause it. I don't even know who this man is, but
Mine don't do that.
yeah,
I don't
it be
got that.
unnecessary changes. Like
I'm a victim of the constant moving of the add to story button. I'm still stuck in that phase. I don't know what's up with that, but I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
So, Mark, if you're out there, stop the fuckery.
Please.
And do something about Facebook.
Man, I ain't even got on Facebook in like 2 days.
Facebook, not that I mind helping. I don't mind helping at all. But Facebook has become like the center for missing and exploited children. It's only my aunt is missing, my cousin is missing. Then you reposted, somebody comments, they found her 6 months ago. Okay, well,
yeah,
how
Take
was
the
I
post
to know?
I think it gets a lot of spam. Like sometimes, like even it's crazy you brought that up. Like today, I had something pop across my Facebook about like a little boy that was missing, and he had been found somewhere else, and all this like confusion, and it was pretty much like a fake post. But
So
it's
he
like,
was never missing.
For
he might-
engagement.
yeah, it's like an engagement post, which I think is really weird. Like as soon as like somebody says something like racist or what have you, it'll get like knocked down. But when somebody's putting up like bullshit, nothing happens. And so that post like was off-putting because I'm like, are these people missing or are they not?
Are these people missing or are they not?
Yeah, and then Facebook just be throwing shit on your feed. Like I'd be like, bro, like, what is this shit? Every 2 posts is like some random ass person or
Or a random ass ad,
Like-
Yeah.
but that don't be so random. Like, have y'all ever been talking about something and then it'll pop up?
Yep.
yeah.
Like-
but I've been having less and less of that ever since. Like when you install a new app and it asks, like, do you want this app to
Yeah, I
track
say
it?
no.
Ask app not to track.
Yeah,
Don't
so
do it.
it happens less now, but it still happens from time to time.
Don't be listening to me. I don't even be serious.
Yeah,
You'll be confused trying to advertise based off what I'm talking about.
crazy work.
Shameful. That's a good one. Instagram has been getting on my nerves lately.
No, for real, and it's all these social media networks for real, because Twitter been fucking up too.
Oh my God. I don't even know why I get up there no more.
Twitter is freak land.
Man,
Twitter
that's
is
it's
OD.
miserable over there, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's just so negative.
It's a
I mean, it'd
awful
be like
place to be.
positive shit every now and then, but like most of it is just draining.
Oh, listen. I'm on Threads now a little bit.
I like Threads though.
I do.
I enjoy Threads.
But Threads is weird too, because
Threads
now I'm
is
just
so
getting a bunch of
random.
people like, I'm
Very
moving to the
random.
city you live in. Any
Yeah.
tips? And I'm like, what the
Hashtag
Who is
757. Bro, yeah.
I'm looking for friends on Threads.
Yes.
You're not finna kill me, I'll tell you that much.
Or it'll be like a mom of 2 moving to Pennsylvania. Any other moms out here? And like, is that how you guys find friends? Like, is that you know, like, is that what our generation or like this era has come to? Like,
I think that
And-
is a form of it.
and but like the picture this is like not exaggerated. Like the picture she posted was like the double stroller, her like affair or something. Like
Like a
moving.
2 under 2 type of
Yeah,
situation.
like which was fine, but just go to that city and then join a group. Like I think sometimes I think a lot of stuff on social media is very weird. That was weird to
Yeah.
me. Like,
yeah.
girl, why would you post that on social media
You
with
still
your babies?
don't know these people.
Right.
You don't.
People are crazy.
Now you've met the butcher. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
now you just put yourself in like a weird space that you like invited yourself to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have no one to blame but yourself if it went south.
Yeah, and you brought your kids into it too. Like, how about you go meet the moms and then like go from there? Once you
Yeah,
get
like
there,
join a stroller club or something.
Yeah,
They have those.
They do. Like where they
Yeah.
all go walking.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
she could have done that, but no, she decided to turn to Threads.
Yeah.
I do think some people just don't know how to like socialize anymore.
It's I'm telling you, it's social media. And social media is like this false sense of reality. Like you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Like,
Most
there's
of
still-
it's lies.
Yeah, it's still real people out here that like operate outside of this. Like you don't have to. It just all boils down to like you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
you just don't have to.
And it's crazy how like the parasocial relationships, and then we could get to lyrics and lessons, are so crazy because while many people on TikTok think I'm Amanda Seales, the people who know that I am not, like I was in a live with Machiavelli, Alexis, and Jules one time, and people were coming up and they're like, these are all of my favorite TikTokers, blah, blah, blah. And then people started saying like, yeah, I know all of y'all are Aries. And like, me is the strongest Aries. I'm the only non-Aries up here.
Right. Not Aries.
Yeah, shut up.
I'm the only non-Aries up here. But because they, I don't know, I guess associate me with those people and what we all have in common.
She has
They
to
just
be-
assume
she has to be one 'cause
based on social media.
social media. That
And those are my girls, but I'm just not an Aries. And it was just strange to see people be like, oh, it's all of my, like I could tell to the people in the comments, it was like a crossover episode.
Yeah. That's kind of dope though. But I mean, it is fucked up for like her to assume like girl, I don't
But
even know you.
that's what people do. Like, oh, you'll tell them like one situation, like an isolated incident. It's like, oh, you must be a this, or oh, you must be a that. What's your rising moon, falling sun? I don't know,
Yeah.
whatever that phrase is. Like, I don't know. How did you find that out?
Right.
Or like, oh, I just got really sad and I cried, about the situation. Oh, you must be a Cancer. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I am, but that you didn't know that. Like, you couldn't have known that from that one situation. But whatever.
You know what I'm saying? So those relationships are weird. But now we have lyrics and lessons where we give a lyric and you get a lesson. I shall go first. Do y'all have any guesses?
Glorilla.
No.
Oh, Glorilla.
Do you have a guess?
I don't have a guess.
I probably should have looked at who it was because it could have been Glorilla. I forgot before I just pulled it up. But no, I have two things that I want is money and neck, but all I'm getting other than money is stress. Body impressed, but I'm hardly impressed. If the phone ring, if it ain't money, I'm deaf. And that's by Leo Stay Trill. And the song is called Bankroll. He's also, I don't know how I got on like British rapper Apple Infinity Play, but I'm over there and I'm having a great time.
I'm weak.
So Leo Stay Trill has like a really popular song on TikTok that I downloaded where he's like, this yardie's telling me, Don, shit, I should have just flung my shoulder. And it's like everywhere. And so I downloaded that song and I guess that's how I got Bankroll. But what I got from that lyric from Bankroll especially starting with two things that I want is money and neck, but all I'm getting other than money and stress, is you're not always going to get exactly what you want in this life, but you do have to make the best of it. And if you focus on the positive, meaning like what you have, money, it makes it harder to focus on what you don't have, which in this situation is the neck, unfortunately. And if the phone ring, if it ain't money, I'm deaf. I'm focusing on what I have and what I'm trying to get to, and not spending all my time discussing what I don't have yet. So I thought that was a good lesson. And it was British.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah. I'm with the Brits. Not all the time. They really don't fuck with us for real, the Brits, but I appreciate the music.
Yeah, I like some of their shows too.
The Brits got some good TV.
Yeah.
They always have.
I just
Can't
watched,
take that
I just
from
watched
them.
Supercell. Did y'all watch that?
No, what's that?
I heard
watch
about it, but I didn't watch it yet.
It's like this superhero show based in like London or whatever, and
It's like black people, right?
it's black people. So like somehow, some way, all the people that have the powers have either a family member or multiple family members that have sickle cell. So of course they're all black. It's fire. I like it.
I got to watch
You
that.
should check it out. And
I
this-
watched Misfits coming up, like when I
didn't
was
watch
young.
that. Was that good?
It was good.
Okay.
I watched Glue. I watched a couple. Yeah, I went through a British phase. I guess it's back.
Yeah, Supercell was super. I mean, it's brand new, so it's on Netflix. It's only one season, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. It's probably like the dork in me, but
My cousin has sickle cell. I'll ask her if she's heard about it.
maybe
Probably. Yeah.
probably so. It was
The
good.
Brits don't like us though, so.
Do they not like us?
They want to be us. They obsessed. But it's okay, because I fuck with them.
I don't know. I think people don't like or just like have this misconception of like Black Americans.
It's not a misconception, in my opinion. I think it's willful ignorance. You can only be presented with information to the contrary of what you're saying so many times and just ignore it.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I feel like their perception of us is kind of what's presented to them by other people. Like, because if you don't have that reach to them, then like, what other information are they getting besides like the bullshit that comes with how people view a lot of African Americans in the U.S.? So I think they've experienced that. People always like, oh, there's all these artists that like went to abroad because they didn't like how African Americans were being treated in the United States, and so they went there and their experience was great. And then different articles or whatever that you watch about like British or any Black people that are just not from here, they're like, well, we experience a form of racism too. And so I don't know. I don't know if they don't like us as a whole or like if it's very, I don't know what the word to use is.
I think they don't like us.
I mean,
I do, because if you could get the rap, y'all got rappers, you got the shiesties on, you got the bubble coats, you got the sneakers.
The bust down
get,
middle part.
How you didn't get, but you didn't get none of the history, you just missed that.
but that's what we're given. I mean, that's the part that kind of like propels us. You know what I'm saying? Like a 40-inch bust down, jet black bust down. The music, that's the same thing that white people take from us. Yeah. Or like,
they had didn't they have a British dude play Martin Luther King or something?
Yeah, they did. But that's
why they ain't watch that.
That's a whole different like. That's I think that's American like cinematography. Like, they're cheaper, from what I read. It's cheaper to have like the Idris Elba, the Damson Idris to play these parts.
I forgot about him too. Yeah, him.
You know what I'm saying? So that perception would be like a different topic per se. If that makes sense. Like, but what they get from us that is given to them by the people who are in control of the media would be like music, the way we dress, the way we speak, how we conduct ourselves, hair, accessories, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's what they would get. The white folks are not like giving our history. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with what you're saying completely. Yeah. I understand why they have the perception. However, if you have a negative perception or disdain for a group of people, you can't cherry pick that. You know what I mean? Like, if you're perpetuating that, I'm Jamaican, so I know where I come from, but they don't know where they come from, and the boat dropped you both off, you're ignoring that fact.
I would have to like humbly disagree a little bit.
What makes you say that? So, I'm interested in this.
it's funny because my boyfriend's always like, all you want to do is talk about like slavery and black people.
No, I love that.
I think like there is so much deeper than like, because when you think about like African Americans in the U.S., right? Like a lot of us were already here. The percentage, like I had this professor in college that was like, question everything, even as you sit in this class. Like, mind you, white guy, the only one qualified on this HBCU campus to teach African American art history, right? And as intelligent as he was like, please, like, bypass the bullshit. I don't care how great it sounds coming from me, what the book says, like, question everything, right? And so he talked about, like, propaganda on both sides, this, that, and the third. And, like, when you, like, dig really deep into it, one of the first cases of propaganda in the U.S. is, like, the amount of people who crossed or came over in the, like, transatlantic slave trade.
Do you believe that we're getting propaganda about the Brits, though?
I don't know.
To me,
I feel
it kind of feels one-sided.
But it probably feels one-sided to them, too. Like, they're not getting it from us. You know, they're not getting it directly from us. Like,
that's fair.
They probably get, like that's what I was saying earlier, they probably get, like, a lot of the bad shit. Because when you think about what is given to them, like, how when, I remember, I'm a big oil girl. Like, I'm going to always, like, go to Roots or wherever and get, like, oils, incense, whatever the case is. And I remember having a conversation with, like, this dude from, like, he was somewhere in Africa. That sucks because it's a big continent, you know, whatever. Yeah. And he was like, what they tell you guys about us and how we feel about y'all is not true. Because it's like Africa. So you Africans don't want y'all over there. They don't fuck with y'all, blah, blah, blah. He's like, that is not explicitly the case. But if all black people felt that love from Africa and we decided, like, on some Marcus Garvey shit, we're going, what would that do for economics and socioeconomics here in America? Like, when you think about all the stuff that we contributed, what if we decided, like, it stops now, we're going to take our buying power and everything to Africa? So that's when it comes down to, like, questioning everything. Like, what if we decided that we're no longer putting up with this bullshit and we're leaving? Or not even to Africa, going anywhere. Like, it just makes sense for the agenda to be pushed where you guys aren't wanted or accepted anywhere. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I get what you're saying now.
So when you really sit down and think about it, it's like, oh wow.
It's like
we'll keep them oppressed here.
Right.
You know, like, you can you're tolerant, you know, because I think about it when it's like voting season or all those things, like, well, I don't want to be in Palestine right now. Like, I'm glad I'm not there. I'm like, at least in the U.S. I can do A, B, C, and D. But it's like, you are also being oppressed. Do you have more freedoms? To an extent, yes. But why would they not make it seem like piss poor everywhere else? Like, the grass is greener where you're at.
I agree, but I don't know if that discounts, like, the lived experiences of folks who interact with folks who are also black but are not from the U.S.
I think, but that would be the same, like, if they were to come here. Like, they might get dropped off in a place that's, like, way, way lower income and then think that that's the whole entirety of the black. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it could go either way. Like, there's bad seeds everywhere, no matter what color, race, ethnicity, whatever have you. So it's like looking at, like, the broader thing, like, do Brits not fuck with us? Maybe. Is it all of them? No. Like, it's the blanketed statements about the groups that can be, like, misleading.
I agree with what you're saying. I think that the sum is implied in most of those things, right? Like, if I said all, I mean everybody.
Right.
If I didn't, I mean some. But I also think that I've grown up in a lot of these communities. And so I've seen it. So it would be very difficult for me to believe, hey, you're just being misled by that disdain. Like, because of those interactions. You know what I'm saying? So I guess my question would be, how would someone move past sort of like that lived experience? Not like the collective African-American lived experience. Right. But like someone's lived experience who is constantly confronted with that sort of thing.
Okay. Which is actually a really cool question. And, like, not to, like, drag the topic out. So, you're like, fine. Can I ask you, like, a personal question?
Yeah.
Are you all black?
Yes. Both of my parents are black. My mother's from the Caribbean.
Okay. So, like, your complexion, that's what I was asking.
I get it all the time.
So, like, I'm very much so black. Like, Black Power. That granddad was in the Navy. Like, got a football scholarship to play football at Hampton. Didn't come to the South because he didn't want to get lynched. Like, I'm not going down there. Like, it didn't give a fuck. And so, like, my connection with the Commonwealth is very different than some of my counterparts. Yeah, if that makes sense. Like, me and my aunt were having a conversation. It was like very much so not timid. Like, we are not scared Black people. Yeah, it was like everywhere he goes, like when we travel, because they were from East St. Louis, and so when they traveled to wherever, from Mississippi, here, there, whatever, he was very much so ready for war, because that was the area, the times you grew up in, which is funny that we're now here because got stationed in this area and never left. Yeah. Right. And so I grew up in Ghent, which is like, if you don't know, it's a very
current Ghent or like East Ghent.
I grew up in Ghent Village, like, so Ghent, the white, like across the tracks from Park Place, Ghent. Okay. Like, where if I went outside to play, I was the only Black girl playing out there. You know what I'm saying? So my, not necessarily realizing that these different things were happening, but like very much so in this space where it's like, dang, I'm taller, I'm thicker, I'm darker, all these things. But because of my in-house environment, my outside environment didn't necessarily affect me that much. Does that make sense? And so like, I've seen it like being, we're all in the pool, because where I live, they had like a community pool, and like a white mom would call all the kids out of the pool except for me, like to eat lunch. Like, she made everybody lunch except for me. Yeah. I didn't realize that was what was happening. So my mom told me, like, fuck that. Like, so I've experienced a lot of things, but am still very much so aware that like, y'all didn't know any better, and it was like learned. And correct me if I'm getting too far off topic.
No, you're fine.
But so like, when I think about like, especially in the social media era, like, just like when people only get information, like all their political views, all of their like views on what a household should look like. Yeah, it's not even coming from the experiences that you lived. Like, you're literally only getting the bulk of your information and how you navigate life from other people's opinions on social media. And so if you take that ideology and then you apply it to how other people perceive us from not the US and like, or South Africa, the British, since that's what we were talking about, it's like, why would that concept change?
I don't know. Maybe I'm not there for this conversation, but I feel like it kind of goes back to the willful ignorance, because like, once you get to a certain age, then like you said, you start to question stuff, and you start to think, well, why am I thinking this way? Or why do I feel like these are a group of bad people? Or like, you kind of question like where those thoughts are coming from, or like, maybe you did experience something and you just traumatized and you just feel that way about this group of people. But I think it just all boils down to like getting off the internet and like getting to know people. But like, even though, because social media is how we connect to other people, like in other countries. But at the same time, I mean, you do have people that come from these countries, and they'll be in your neighborhood or whatever. You can have conversations with them if you choose to, instead of having that bias, like, I don't fuck with them.
For sure.
Yeah, because when I'm saying lived experience, I don't mean like over social media. I mean like, and I'm not saying youth either. I'm talking about like going through college. Like where I went to college, it was heavily populated with groups that were not just African American. We had a ton of Caribbean students, Trinidad, Jamaica.
Black. Like, I went to HBCU, so my experience, like, once again, like, I grew up around like predominantly white people, and then we went to Morey, so there was large groups of Black kids too. But when I got to college, I went to Virginia State, by the way. When I got to college, it was like, whoa, all the like beautiful Black people. My experience was definitely different, and then my understanding, my understanding and what I gained, not through social media, definitely shifted my perspective on what I knew and wanted to understand about me. There is a whole, I don't even think it's willfully ignorant. Like, they're just ignorant. Like, willfully kind of like stops them from being the victims of their own ignorance and what's being pushed to them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, my empathetic side won't let me say willfully ignorant unless I'm 100% sure about it. You know what I'm saying? But like, they don't know. Like what I learned about
Some people
being
just be dumb
as
though.
hell. But
Yeah.
I mean, dumb as hell.
Yeah, when I say like willfully ignorant, I'm talking about like these clips where someone is like educating someone,
Yeah,
right?
let's just go
And
ahead and
they're
call
still,
them
like,
fucking stupid.
yeah, I mean they are,
Yeah.
but also you have to choose not to receive the information that's being given to you,
But if
not be willing to accept it.
Yeah, but if the only information that you get is through social media, that just makes you ignorant.
Yeah.
Lets it be like willfully ignorant is kind of the same as stupid. Stupid is to me is like knowing better and still like actively choosing to be stupid. Ignorant is like I don't read, which is, wait till this next generation comes up. Yeah. I don't read. I know nothing. And everything that I know about everything outside of my personal experience is going to come strictly from social media, and I'm fucking ignorant. Not like people, kids don't read. People don't read. Like people are not educated. Their education is fully and it's if you go through comments, y'all know if you go through comments on social media, it is preposterous. Like
because I see willful ignorance like what I'm doing with Vybz Cartel. I got a feeling that if I look too much into this, I'm not going to want nothing to do with it.
Yes.
And I feel like in a lot of cases, for example, like when I'm talking about the college experience, you're looking around. You're spending your time with African Americans who are being educated in the same college. You come to our parties, you do all of this with us, and then when you go home for spring break, you're still talking shit about us with your parents. That's my issue, because in that situation, you don't have to go to HBCU to be formally educated on interactions with African Americans. You've been here.
Right.
And so you're refusing to learn. You're refusing to acknowledge the people that you know to enable some ideals from folks that you didn't have the same interactions with them or because of social media. That's making a choice. That's making, I don't want to know anymore.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if I know anymore, I would have to acknowledge that I'm wrong about this thing.
See, but the reason why I zeroed in, like about my experience, can't speak for nobody else's, is college was like, luckily for me, I just had a decent upbringing. You know what I'm saying? I'm so grateful for that. But college was where I could make my own decisions. You know what I'm saying? So getting to college and then still like being under that umbrella of dumbass that you were under your parents, if your parents chose to bring you up that way, it's kind of a choice and it's comfortable. Like it's the same equivalent of like, I'm not racist, but you exploit your white privilege. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of that whole concept. So like when I talk about people who like knowing better, not being ignorant, choosing to be ignorant, black people do it too.
Yeah.
The whiteys do it too. But I can't speak for them. Like I don't care what they do, honestly. And that's just, that's just me being real. Like my issue with all of it is the colors. You know what I'm saying? Like choosing to, we are all brown. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to that, it's like there's enough information out there, real information. Now it just makes you work harder because you could just open a book before, but now you can't even read an article. Like when you Google something, it used to be legit. Now you can't read an article and get like legit information on what, so you have to like, it's too much work. So is it more, is it ignorant or willfully ignorant, or is it fucking lazy and dumb? I personally feel like it's lazy.
I feel like it's laziness too. I mean,
I think it
even
could be
now,
a mix of the two.
I mean,
because ignoring your lived experience, like going to college with me or any of like the fellow people that I went with, and still making the choices you make to say the things that you say, that's not social media. That's a lived experience. For example, like this conversation is going to be social media to someone else,
right?
But we're here. And so when I'm watching this video and someone is saying, hey, do you understand that when you're saying like I'm Jamaican but they're not American, that can't be true, right? And you're saying, yeah, but no. You don't even have a counter argument. You just don't want to believe what this person is telling you because you don't want to absorb the information. Yeah. Right. And so I think that sort of thing I see replicated throughout the like quote unquote diaspora wars more than anything else. Like oftentimes I don't think the diaspora wars is ever against really anyone else than it is African Americans v. this person, African Americans v. that person. It's never a combination that doesn't include
us. Like we're always in it
because we're like the inferior species, right? So like if even like your whole life, especially growing up in the Commonwealth, you didn't grow up here. You came here.
I was here for a little bit of middle school and high school. Then I went back again for college.
Okay, got you. So you kind of grew up here.
Yeah, I went to Northside. I went to Maury.
You went to Maury too? Mm-hmm. Okay, hey girl. So like when you think about what is like pushed on you, how you react to it, the people that you're around, that's why I love that phrase like representation matters, which is why I asked you about the Olympics. Like the first time in history we had the all black podium, right?
Yeah.
fantastic.
Right.
Like, game changer. This shit is gonna be in fucking textbooks, right?
Yeah.
I'm not upset with black people that feel like white is right. I'm annoyed with them because now we've gotten to be a part of we are in the middle of history right now. Mm-hmm. We get to live it. Like Simone Biles, Gabby Douglas, Dominique Dawes, all these people.
Yeah.
All these fucking people. I don't even know who the black girl was that was playing water polo, but go girl. Her body was sicking me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Come on.
Man, yeah.
Like, what?
It's a lot.
We've like shift gears into black excellence where it's actually having no choice but to be acknowledged. So I'm not upset with people that choose to like go through all those lived experiences and still decide to say the shit that they say. You're just fucking stupid and scared because you feel like if you don't act a certain way, you don't dress a certain way, you don't speak a certain way, that you're going to be frowned upon because it makes you weak. I feel like that is weak and scary because step into that space. Which is why I love my HBCU so much, because like everybody here is unapologetically black. Like doctors, lawyers, mass comm people that are interviewing Rihanna and like doing big shit. Like black people can do it too. And I feel like on the flip side of it, it's if you feel like as a brown person that you can't do it, it's weak because you just know for a fact that you have to work harder. Does that make sense? Like, is that I feel like that's a fair assumption, and that's also me again being empathetic. Like, you're scared and you're a little cowardice, and that's okay, but that's you. So I try to not even like acknowledge because willful ignorance is seeing all this black greatness and feeling like you can't rise to the occasion in your brown skin.
I just wish they were scared enough to then not spread anti-African American sentiments. That's it. Like if you're gonna be scared, keep that shit to yourself. Be very afraid.
I call it coonie.
Yes.
Yeah, cooning.
I'm not mad at you, coons. I know you're mentally ill, which is why I'm opening up a hospital.
It's definitely mental gymnastics. I don't know. I'm very curious as to what you're going through. And once again, everybody's upbringing is different. I could very much so easily be like the same girl in that position, like wanting, like, no offense to girls that have blonde hair, black people have blonde hair, but like never wear my natural hair, never get braids, never like I'm a cusser, never do like all these things, never want to go to the hood, never like dating a black guy. Like I could, given my upbringing, I could easily be one of them. Yeah, could have easily, but I just had like awesome grandparents,
and that's amazing.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's key.
The
people that raise you, the people that are in charge of your upbringing, like that is key because if you are being raised by ignorant people,
you're gonna be fucking ignorant.
Right.
And then I had grandparents that raised like great kids, and then I happened to be like the kid of one of them, and then my aunts and uncles are pretty awesome. Like, that's why I'm like very like this is my privilege that I'm acknowledging when I speak on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I worked in the school system, I realized very like quickly that everybody doesn't get that. It's a blessing, like, and so to be able to even speak on it, like I can't go too hard because I've seen it from, I'm gonna say like high school age and up because that's the area that I was in. Like, they're not getting what I got, and it's unfortunate. And so having social media as your second parent is crazy work.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
it's kind of sad, bro.
Do y'all have a lyric? Do you have a lyric? Or
she wants to go first.
Okay,
I want to go first.
Yeah.
I really don't, but I'm just gonna say the lyrics. I kind of want to sing it, but no,
go ahead and sing it.
I'm not gonna sing it.
Music to our headphones.
You said what?
Music to our headphones.
Oh wait. It says, "I'm not gonna write you a love song, 'cause you asked for it, 'cause you need one.
You see,
that's my song.
'Cause you tell me it's make or break in this. If you're on your way, I'm not gonna write you to stay. If all you have is leaving, I'm gonna need a better reason to write you a love song today." And the life lesson. So it's kind of so I actually used
Sarah Bareilles.
Like
so right. I was watching this random ass TV show and she was up there and I was like, when did she become an actress? But it was kind of funny. It was called Five Ever. Have you heard of it?
I
No, I gotta watch it.
It's about like this girl group and they try to, it was kind of like that show with Brandy and Eve and them.
The show Keke Palmer is trying to push.
The one now?
No,
not the
nobody
one.
understood that it the rollout for a
Not the
TV show.
diva.
Yeah, that's a
Not that one.
That's a show.
But yeah. Anyway, the life lesson is authenticity and self-respect. These lyrics. So I use GPT to like give me a lesson because I knew what.
Think about that. That's a good idea.
Because sometimes I just use my own lessons. Well, most of the time, but this is my first time doing that. So I wanted to see like what it was gonna give me. Key points. Number 1, it says it's crucial to be genuine in your actions and expressions. Doing something just because someone else wants you to, especially when it doesn't align with your true feelings, can lead to resentment and dissatisfaction. Number 2, boundaries. Setting boundaries is essential for maintaining self-respect and emotional well-being. It is important to recognize when someone is making unreasonable demands and to stand firm in your decisions. Number 3, self-worth. Valuing yourself and your work means not compromising your principles for the sake of pleasing others. Your worth is not determined by fulfilling others' expectations, but by staying true to who you are and what you believe in. And I just felt like that. I mean, they hit it on the nail. And I recently found out, maybe this year or last year, that she made that song for her label because they was trying to like push her to make, I guess, like R&B, lovey-dovey type songs. And otherwise they wasn't gonna, fund her career or whatever. And she was just like, fine, here, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna fucking do what y'all asking me to do, but it actually turned into a fucking hit.
Such a good song. Such a good song.
Yeah, I love her. Like, she cannot miss in my book, actually.
And she was on Broadway in Waitresses, if I'm not mistaken, which was really good.
I didn't know she was like that.
She's fantastic. And what's crazy is like been like that for years. Like,
Yeah.
when I first started listening to her, I think I was like middle school, like early high school.
Yeah, middle school.
Because she has that song "I Choose You," where she was like, the video is like her doing all the weddings, like all the engagement, like proposal things. That shit was fire.
Yeah, I've been sleeping on her. I'm gonna have to like.
Yeah, she one of them ones.
Super talented.
Oh,
What do you
my turn.
Yes.
Okay, so back preface. Big Dog hit me up like, you want to do this, and then I read through like what I needed to bring like to the table.
Yes.
And it was crazy because I don't have a favorite color. I don't have a favorite song. And so it was.
I'm the same way. I don't have a favorite anything.
It was very, because I always talk about myself like multiple people. Like, I have a multiple personality disorder. I don't, but I compartmentalize very well. And so trying to pick a song that resonated with me, where the lyrics like was very challenging.
Yeah.
And is that a part?
It can be. Yes.
Is that so? When it was like, it doesn't have to be an old one. I'm like, okay, I can go deep, and then I can go to this genre. I can go anywhere. I can go to Motown. Like, you want to hear like about Smokey Robinson, Marvin Gaye? Do you want to hear some like Chris Stapleton? Like, I could have went anywhere. But so there's a song that I really like currently that I will play 10 times on repeat, and it's called "Orange Blossoms" by Goldford.
Okay.
When I say this motherfucker is fantastic, like the song, he has a great sound, and the song, I'm not like tipsy enough to sing it, but so the whole song is the lyric. You know what I'm saying? Like, are the lyrics that you resonate with?
Yeah.
And so he just like, it's a song about like patience and love and like. It, being in a space where you like appreciate your present moments, because at any point in time it could be like gone.
Yeah.
And as somebody that like personally knows death intimately,
Yeah.
it just when I say this shit stop me in my tracks, I'm a Shazammer too. It's also preface. Like, I'll be out in Marshalls or somewhere and be like standing on the cart trying to get a Shazam. Like, I'll hear a song like the first couple of lyrics, like the beat will drop, the lyrics, I'll Shazam it, add it to a playlist, and then forget about it.
Yeah.
And so, dog, this is one.
I hate when you try to Shazam something and it doesn't register.
You won't pick up. That's
like
I got
that's what I'm telling you. I'll be on Joker's heads like here with it. So. One of the lines is, it's only going to resonate like if I sing it, but I don't want to sing it.
You can sing it.
All right, no. Okay,
Me.
find it.
Trying to persuade everyone to sing.
All right, I'm gonna sing. I should have put my glasses on.
Me too.
Hold on, cause you know, like on Big Daddy, where he's like the invisible glasses when he's in court. Dang.
I've been wearing my glasses in the episodes recently too. I didn't this episode, but people have been commenting
Yeah.
that they like them.
The
you got some
episode
shade?
with
Is
that
that you?
cherry.
Mm-hmm.
That cherry shirt, yeah, you ate down. I was like,
Thank
I had to make the captions like line up with the shirt color. I was like, that's fire.
Thank you. I didn't want to wear I have a little, like, I wore pants, but I had a skirt that color. So I'm about to start fucking with the skirts again. 'Cause I loved that. It was the same olive green, but it was short. And then I got to wear high top shoes when I wore it out.
Okay, heard you.
So now I have like one good outfit.
Wait, not one good effort. That's crazy. Okay, so boom, Orange Blossoms by Goldford. All right, I'm gonna sing it. Woo! All right, psych. All right, all right. No, I might sing it. I'm actually very camera shy. This is a lot. Like I'm currently holding in number 1 right now. Again, I have a nervous potty, but it's like. One thing about her, she don't stay long. I'm always late to where she's going. That's why I'm holding on so desperately. And there's more to it, but
Yeah, you ate that.
but like when you listen to the whole song, the song is called Orange Blossoms, which I guess is in Florida like in abundance. And so it's
Because
like
they got a lot of oranges.
right, and so he like talks about like. They smell so good when they're in the air, and then they might just disappear. You know what I'm saying? Like when they hit the ground, the smell goes away, and so it's like this song about like patience and love. And one day, like I'm always late to where she's going. That's why I'm holding on so desperately. And then maybe I fell too deep into her metaphor. Like I don't even know why I met her for it. It's so powerful. Like it's fantastic. It's a fantastic song. And so it was like. She's always laughing as she turns to leave. Like, and I feel like that's just how life works. Like, as soon as you feel comfortable with something, it's like, got you, bitch. I'm out of here. And so I think, and it like just kind of teaches you in life in a way, whether you learn from it or not, kind of forces you to like enjoy the moments that you're in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
And whether it's with like people, family, and when I say moments, this can be a span of like, for me, with my grandparents, it was like 20 somethings. Like, even if that moment is 20 something years, like soak it all up, enjoy it, because one day you'll like blink.
Right.
Life will be going normal, and then out of the blue, you're like having to adjust.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so
thinking about when they were there.
And, like you didn't even realize, like you didn't take it for granted because you didn't know that you should have been granting it. Like, if that makes sense, like.
You just didn't appreciate it. Like, I mean, you probably did, but like, just
you didn't know that it was going anywhere.
You could have appreciated it more,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and so now to be an adult and like navigating life, and then hearing that song randomly, like when I say randomly, I heard it. I had to have heard it because I Shazammed it at some point because it was in my playlist.
Yeah,
and so to like be in my 30s and like navigating life without certain people, or like navigating like full adult life like as a mom, or it's. Crazy work. And then to hear a song that like really resonates with that whole thing, where he's talking about like one person, where it hits me where I'm talking about the multiple, is incredible. I love music. I do. So I had to pick that one like over the course of days. Yeah.
That was dope though. Yeah, I definitely.
Y'all should go check that out.
I'm gonna listen to it.
Got to now.
That shit fire. He's great.
That's beautiful. Okay, and now we have Let Me Stay Focused, which is our topic for the week. I was going to pick Let Me Stay Focused based on my own thoughts and emotions, but if one more person sends me this and says, this should be Let Me Stay Focused, the same way people send me like random shit and they're like, this is Hotep of the Week. I'm like, no, it's not. It's actually not. Let me just play this fucking clip of Big Sean.
When y'all from getting married?
Wow.
Secret industry weddings? No.
I have thoughts.
There has not been a secret industry marriage. So it's a little personal, you know what I mean? But just like, to be real with you, just like any people who have dealt with love, we've had our ups and downs. Marriage symbolizes like the best relationship. You know, people be like, oh, you got to get married. To me, I feel like having a relationship is first and foremost, and like marriage is a byproduct of that. And I feel like a lot of people get the idea of like, oh, you have to get married, but then it's like, to me, that's almost a fear-based way of thinking too, because then people be getting divorced. Mm-hmm. The divorce rate's so fucking high. I would like to do a lot. I would like to, and I don't like putting our personal business out there like that either. But there's a lot of work that needs to be done. I feel like stopping y'all from getting married.
Okay, so my first question is, are y'all married?
No.
No, but
Do you believe in marriage?
I'm engaged. So, yeah.
Hey,
So there's that. But
black love.
yes, blackity black.
It's gonna win.
It's gonna win.
So y'all do believe in? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Do you think there's a time limit on getting engaged?
No.
No.
Being engaged or getting engaged?
Like getting engaged.
No, that's just like saying, do you think people should go 50-50 in their household? You know what I'm saying? It's
That's
the same.
overworked though a little bit.
Yeah, they beat that joint down. But I feel like
They
it's
beat 50-50 to death.
oh my God, it sucks. But do I feel like there's a time limit on being engaged? No, but
I feel like it depends.
it depends. Like that's why I brought up that topic, because it depends on what works for your freaking household. Like it depends. What do you feel like it depends on?
I feel like it depends on the I mean, like you said, the relationship. Like, is the relationship toxic, or are y'all broke and you trying to figure it out? Like, what, like that's what it depends on. To me, I feel like if it's a healthy relationship and there's no reason for y'all not to get married, then yeah, like, what the fuck you waiting on? But if there are shit that you want to be with this person, but I kind of felt him like, we're not ready for that. I'm not, and just
I
because
felt like it was word salad, but
I feel like he should have just don't answer it. I don't like putting our business out there, then you go ahead and put it out there. Like, shut the fuck up. They feel shut up.
Yeah, because he did kind of give us insight to a relationship that we didn't really know.
We
what
knew
was going
nothing
on.
about,
Right.
except for you made her come 9 times in one day because you told us that in the song.
and that's kind of mean given the fact that Janae has been married before.
I didn't know she was married before.
Yes, she was married to Dr. Genius, and I believe he was an abuser. I'm not sure.
I think he's just scared.
Scared people are quiet. If somebody came in here right now, we had to hide. Are you going to start talking? He ain't scared. He knew it. It was like, I think he like, instead of just saying like, I'm not ready, me. So I'm pretty sure if he proposed, and forgive me if I'm wrong. Like, if he proposed, she would say yes.
I believe so.
Shut the fuck up.
And y'all have a kid.
And so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Like all these other. I just felt like it wasn't. You verbally said that your relationship wasn't like public, and we try to keep a lot of things out of the public. This relationship, but he's like infamous for talking about like Taylor Swift telling all her business, like making money off of. I think she's brilliant. Making money off of your past relationships. Like, I don't fuck with you was about your girl. And then, like, I got a bitch on Glee and shit, probably make more money. You talk about your people all the time. Whereas she is, like, more, like, very zen. And she talks about stuff, too. Don't get me wrong. Like, but for you to say, I'm not doing that, or we don't do that, and then to do that, you just open the door for people to, like, comment on your personal life.
Yeah.
And, like, were you doing that intentionally, or were you being willfully ignorant?
Yeah, that's fair.
Because
I think there is a limit.
What's your limit?
I feel like if there's like I said, if there's no reason for y'all not to be getting married, like if you're not moving towards how do I leave this motherfucker,
Right.
then you should be moving in the opposite direction. And I think that
if you want to get married,
Yeah.
though. Like but obviously she does, because when she did that whole ring thing, like, what ring, nigga? Yeah, it seems like she wants to be.
Yeah, I feel like it depends on the person that you're with. Like, it's crazy, even like that being your hotep of like choice, because like I've never been like a person who's like swooning, or like the girl's like, I want to get married, have a white picket fence, and have kids. It just kind of ended up happening that way. You know what I'm saying? But we have been dating for like 7 years.
Yeah.
But it was not my end all be all. Like, I think my relationship or my understanding, my lived experience, I really do like that. I'm going to use that a lot. It's stolen. My lived experience with marriages has been so non-traditional that I'm never like ultimating somebody to death, like ultimatum. Like,
I gotta give you an ultimatum, I'm ghost.
Yeah, like but I feel like that's how marriage is. It's very contractual. Like, do you love me? Are we riding? Are you here for me? Like even in relationships, like people, we can be together all day long. I think my issue with marriage is people feel like it fixes things and it doesn't.
It doesn't. And that's what I'm saying. If people are waiting for their relationships to be perfect to be married, there'd be no married people.
Right. It's just like kids. Like, I'm not ready. Listen, your girl is not ready for a kid. It just kind of like happened.
Yeah.
Hot girl summer over. But now it's like, he's fucking awesome. Like, my life is like pretty like textbook. I can't complain about the situation I'm in. Yeah. Even though like I know somebody else, and that's why I don't like I don't down talk it, but I'm also very like walking in my truth with how I felt about the life that I lived before I was living it. Like we could have been dating for 20 years. Like we just had like a very authentic relationship. We happened to add a baby into the mix. He's 3 now, but like when he proposed, I'm like, oh, you dead ass, like. Yeah. Okay. Like it wasn't gonna make or break me, but I know people that their pride and joy and how they feel about themselves lies in the validation of being married. And I think that's a huge problem. Yeah. But I mean that's like America's problem. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's everybody like it's this whole thing, and I'm like, once you peer pressure somebody into marrying you, why do you want the ring anymore? Yeah, the shut up rings are dangerous.
Right. I feel like he definitely shouldn't have answered the question, because now he can't even propose. Like, he can propose now, but it won't feel genuine.
You put the pressure on your own self. Though. Yeah. Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Yeah.
Like, people want companionship, and you can have that without being married.
Yeah.
Society makes you feel like, oh, you had a baby out of wedlock. I once again, I'm saying that loosely because I definitely had a baby out of wedlock. Marriage is just like, I looked at marriage for a long time as like, if something happens to you, I get to decide whether they pull the plug or not. That's it. Like, I have your well-being. Like, if you try to split, then I get this, and I'm still taken care of. We get to do it's very much so contractual. And I never wanted to look at the person that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with that way. So I never gave a fuck.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, to each his own. But I know girls. I respect women. If that's what, like, I just wanted to be like the rich auntie. I was really like all about like, how can I contribute to my family? How can I contribute to like the person that I love? How can I contribute? Like, am I going to be a good mom? If, being a mom is going to be on the ballot. But I think that when he put himself in a very troubling situation, because now it's going to be bullshit. If you propose tomorrow, just shut up. You don't have to let people in on everything.
Yeah, pinch your lips.
Yeah, now it's the topic it's a topic now.
Yeah, and I think that, and I do want to let you be able to get to advice and move on, but I do think that Big Sean knows that he's with someone who wants to be married, and if you are with someone who you know that is important to them, and if you either need to find someone who it doesn't fucking matter to them, or make something shake, because it would have been different if he said like, we don't know them. They give a little hippie to me. They could have just said, I don't believe in marriage. And I would have shut up. But clearly, this is something that she wants, and you're making an excuse to the public.
Right.
As to why it's not done yet. I don't get that.
Niggas love embarrassing women. And she might not be embarrassed. This is all our perspective, like our perspective on it. She might feel like whatever. That might have been what they came to the conclusion that he was going to say because they knew the question was going to be asked. Who knows? But there are people in public eye that Goldie Hawn and what's his name? I forgot. I can't think of his name right now.
I know exactly who
they were dating for years. Yeah. Years. They just got married and they were like 70 because now they're getting married when it matters. We're getting older. Something might happen to you. We need to have on paper because society says that we need to have something that allows me to make decisions when you pass. Yeah. And I feel like if people like looked at me, took the contract out of it, because that gets to at least be the one place where it's not business only, the love part. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Love is not.
But I think to some people that's what it's about. Like, you love me so much that this is what's happening. And I think that Goldie Hawn, and God forgive us, I don't know your name, bro. So you could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know.
I want to call him Russell Crowe, but it's not.
It's not Russell Crowe, but I know exactly. Listen, the point is they made that decision together. They decided that they didn't want to be a married couple, as opposed to like we see people who we know want the damn ring and it's not happening.
Right. He didn't say
leave her alone.
Say or like we don't want to get married or it wasn't like a very like
Kurt Russell.
That's what it is.
Close.
I knew it was something Russell. Okay.
But yeah, like I don't know, man. I just feel like he definitely kind of opened up a can of worms, but if she like it, you know what I'm saying? She's still there.
It's her life, just like 50-50.
And it's not just her. When you get to that point where you're dragging it, somebody's family will let you know you're dragging it. Your family will let you know you're dragging it. Like, all right, so when you about to, and you ignoring all them people.
But I feel like
I'm business.
Me too. I be feeling like y'all biased.
Okay, but she telling you now.
She's telling you that she put the pressure on. So now either you like keep cooking, let the heat burn you up, or you get out the kitchen. But you don't sit on an interview and talk about something that should be discussed in private. I feel like that. Like,
you know what would have been dope when they was performing and he said, "I got you that ring" or whatever, and she said, "What ring?" It would have been dope if he pulled out a ring right then and then. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't ready. He ain't ready for it.
He's not ready, bro. And that's at the end of the day. He should have just said, "I ain't ready, man."
That happened to someone in my family. Had the ring and everything, but was just like, you're not going to tell me when to do something.
See, because men are ego.
Came home, everything was gone. Married now to a different woman, but
ego.
I bet you that taught your ass don't play with people when they're saying like,
you should.
What I desire from this relationship is to be married and to be moving forward in that direction. You can't fucking play with people. And I hope he don't play with people no fucking more, because it would be a shame. It would be a damn shame.
Yeah, that's a little trifling. Like, I can't stand a motherfucker that's like, I'm not going to do it because you asked me to. Like, get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah, your desire should be to make your partner happy.
Yeah, like, do this now. Please, I really want you to do this now. It's like,
yeah.
I know people that are like, I'm not going to do it just because you said it. Why? Ew. All
right, we got advice from Umar.
You can fool some of the people all the time, and you can fool all the people some of the time. You can fool some of the people all the time, and you can fool all the people some of the time. You can fool some of the people all the time, and you can fool all the people some of the time. But you can't fool the Prince of Pan-Africanism none of the time. You can't fool the Prince of Pan-Africanism none of the time. You can't fool the Prince of Pan.
Yeah. So the advice is to be honest and truthful in your interactions. It builds trust and respect. While it might seem easier to deceive others for short-term gains, it ultimately erodes relationships and damages your reputation. Recognize that while you might be able to deceive some people temporarily, those who truly understand and value integrity will see through any facade. Maintaining honesty and transparency ensures that you attract and retain the right kind of people in your life.
That's a good one. Yeah. Love that. Well, thank you for joining us. Tell the people where they can find you at.
Oh, hi, people. Again, you can find me at on Instagram at Devyn Lauren, DEVYN LAUREN, or my art page is the same spelling, DEVYN LAR. Damn,
it's
LAUREN Designs with an S. That is me. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. This has been another episode of Let Me Stay Focused. Don't be a hating ass bitch during the break, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Peace.
Another episode of Let Me Stay Focused. Don't be a hating ass bitch during the break.
Peace.
Bye.